Hi, my name's Tom Castle. I'm the President and CEO at MacGregor Abstract, and I have recently been encouraged to share a few stories of how my staff have taken stances over the years that have actually changed the way title insurance happens in New York. Here's one. For some of you that might have been around long enough to remember this, the early 1990s was a rough time. Title insurance companies were going out of business. We had the S&L bailout, and here on Long Island especially, we were talking about Grumman, the major employer, leaving Long Island. It put a lot of financial stress on a lot of people. There were title insurance companies that were going out of business left and right. At that time, I was talking to a prospective client, and you might also remember back then that it was common for the title insurance company to come to the closing with a loan policy for the bank at the closing table, but the owner, the fee policy, would not be delivered at that point. The idea was that the title company would leave the closing with the deed, bring it back to the office, record the deed, and then put that recording information in the policy and deliver the policy after the closing. Now, that's the way it was. It was status quo. And what happened, human nature happens. It gets busy during the summer months, so you don't really spend too much time on the post-closing stuff. That waits until the winter when it slows down. And if you couple that together with the idea that the financial situation at that time was really rough, there was a lot of backlog and policies that just did not get issued on a timely basis. So I'm talking to a prospective client at that time, and he's very upset because his title company owed him a year and a half's worth of policies, owner's policies. It's not that they weren't insured, but they didn't have their title insurance policy. I took that problem back to my staff, and we came up with the concept of issuing his policies, his owner policies, at closing the same time and the same way that we're issuing the loan policies. When we started doing that for him, he was thrilled. He gave us a lot of work because we came up with a new solution. It solved his problem. Now, since then, that's early 90s, a number of other title companies saw what we were doing. They decided it wasn't really that hard. It was just a new idea. They started doing that too. I think if you look now, 20 years later, you would find that that's an industry standard. And I have to give credit to my staff for thinking these things through, for taking what was the status quo, recognizing a problem, and coming up with a creative solution for it. That's part of what we're known for. That's part of what we do. I have 3 or 4 little stories like this that I'll be sharing with you on separate video clips.